have no idea what it is, though. It's most likely a servant of Hellion.
Well, I mean, isn't that why we came here?
It's true. Maybe these antennae have something to do with it.
Maybe. She grabs her musket and starts moving up this. We need to kill whatever lives here. I can understand what happens to rats now.
Rothor opens this door?
The door is already open.
Oh, okay. I just can't see into it.
Because I didn't expose mine.
The darkness. Oh. Well.
Well, it turns out there's been a dead rat here all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And blood. So...
You're not supposed to click on them.
Well, it
But
looks like a rat.
Yeah, but if you click on them, you get their stat block because I'm stupid. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It's a thing that shouldn't happen. It certainly is a rat folk. And just looking at the equipment, it certainly seems like it might have belonged to the Red Tooth Raiders. Then again, the Lords of Rust, the few rat folks that are serving the Lords of Rust have pretty much identical equipment.
Right, but since we expected there to be dead rats here, seems like a logical conclusion. Which is why I don't make it. There's a dead rat here. Skate a little further in, trying to see more.
Skate. Shonda is keeping an eye out, Sheep. If she
Is
sees anything flying around, she'll shoot it.
What's in this door?
That door is at least closed. And while it does,
Kick.
while it looks rather reinforced, it is not locked.
Good. Still get a hot kick. I both have my hands on my blade. More blood.
Sitting there on the floor is a small humanoid figure, grey skin, wearing barely any clothing. Although it does, the little scraps of clothing it is wearing, it has decorated with bits of metal.
A monster. Does it seem surprised? I don't see anything, by the way. So
That is true. There we go.
oh, it's dead. Okay.
It is most definitely dead.
What the hell is that?
Find something, Rotor?
Some sort of thing. Look around the room.
The room is very barren. There's not a single piece of furniture. The only really feature it has is the massive reinforced door. Even the walls look slightly reinforced.
Looks like some sort of holding cell then. If he grabs the little thing. And puts it out so the others can see it out here. Like put it to Chandler.
See if I can
Chandler
revive
looks at it.
Sure.
What
There we go.
is that?
Hell is that?
It's hideous.
Some sort of thing.
Professor might know.
Put it like there.
Okay.
Throw it out on the...
It seemed to have been put in a room and died there. Perhaps fighting the rats.
Pimian is completely...
Was that what you saw?
Does it looks... did I see enough of the thing to like, draw a conclusion?
No.
Pimian will say that. But he will try to... what knowledge check would I make to see kind of, is this similar to anything else that I know about?
For this particular creature, it would be knowledge dungeoneering.
Okay, and I'll be lucky.
You would know this creature as a so-called choker. They live in underground. They are mostly humanoid. Some of them come to the surface in locations that they might find pleasant. And in this particular case, these creatures, they certainly fit the description of the Thralls of Hellion. The so-called group of Thralls of Hellion, that is. The description of like gray-skinned humanoids has pretty much fit to most humanoids in Scrapwall, but suddenly it fits far more fitting, or it seems far more fitting.
All these love the meat of halflings, I think.
Does Pimian remember, from his time at the university or whatever, learning about all sorts of creatures? Does he know sort of what these things can do at all?
You would,
Like,
yeah.
what are they famed for besides choking?
They are famed for their speed. They are incredibly quick, and they delight in strangling their victims. Which is also what they got their name from, chokers.
Pimian will say, "Ooh, I believe I recognize this creature, actually. It is a choker. They are known for being incredibly quick, and they love to choke things to death, hence the name."
Well, looks like this one was killed by a rat.
Seems so.
I suppose I'll try to go further in. Very ready for anything that might.
Cast detect magic along this way to see if there's more, or if
Real
there's any necromantic
Get
energy
strange
around.
to move.
There are certainly no necromantic energies or magical energies of any kind, really.
I'm so obscured. I'll kill whatever's standing here.
I'm your long-lost brother!
Oh, brother.
Pimian will, he said this thing is not really wearing much, but he will kind of search around in what it is wearing to see if he can find any, like, notes or orders or something.
Give me a second here.
Wait, who's in here? Oh, it was a robot.
Let me expose some things for you.
This is a stairway down or up?
That goes up.
God damn it. I can't skate it.
See anything more, Rotor?
Sort of looks into the hall and sort of gulps just back and says, that is not the way to go. Sort of looks at the thing and sort of gulps again. It's, we should not go in there. I try to somewhat believe that Zarin is correct. He sort of looks around.
What do you mean?
Touches his head and says, he looks around again.
Pimian says, "What did
Like
you see,
I've-
Rothor?"
Says there was it's like it seems to think as to how to describe it. There's a being there. It's like it was right next to me. It looked
Professor.
like this one. He looks down to the little thing. But it was like I just know we shouldn't be around it.
Professor,
It's an ill warning. It might be one of these, but as a spirit, perhaps? It seemed sort of translucent in a way. So I seem to think, remembering far back, it was like there was a test. But this time I failed. So I looked at the others.
Pimian says, "Maybe that's what I saw up here before Shundla went crazy."
Perhaps.
I'm not crazy, Professor.
It would
I
have
just
that power, I should believe.
have a headache.
well, there is certainly something trying to
don't-
attack our minds here.
Don't go in there. That place is
Professor,
reserved for something else. A sanctuary, if you will. Spirits have them. in the tribes, when you have to prove yourself, you break one, and you test yourself against the spirit's will. This one is mightier than any spirit I've seen. It's our tribes don't use this word, but it was like it was holy, like a. So it looks to Sarah, it's like I suppose they describe Bry or a similar being. It was
Professor,
divine.
I saw you preparing your new spells this morning. Did you have a spell to...
I don't prepare spells.
Oh, I thought all spellcasters did.
No, it's okay though.
Okay.
We're all spontaneous casters.
Yeah,
so we don't
everyone.
prepare spells.
No,
We just
even
come
sorcerers. Even sorcerers seem to have to prepare their spellcasting
No.
some way. I read about it.
Well, you have to think about your bloodline, but
Yeah.
to
Well,
recover,
anyway, I
you just have to sleep. But beyond that, you're fine.
I'm just trying to ask Demon if he has the heroism spell or something that he mentioned before.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Looks down to the creature, picks it up, looks at it, sniffs it, sort of
It doesn't smell great.
Yeah.
Mostly of
Taste.
blood, really.
dazed. Well, to some people that is great. Dazed look in his eyes.
I mean, all three of you, Zarin, Shandala, and Rotor, you're being attacked. Your minds are being attacked. It's nothing actually...
Okay, Zarin runs away.
Well,
Well, if there is indeed mind attacks going on here, then we might want to retreat for now and come back later. See if we can get some sort of protection against this. I don't think we can survive long under a constant barrage of these psychic attacks.
no.
So looks around at all of you and frowns.
I
Uh,
might have to
What?
agree, because if Zarin before was unaffected by the specters and spirits, and this is something even more mightier.
spirits. Sort of looks around. Don't know about spirits.
Don't worry about your brother.
Sniffs and scratches his ear.
Shanda sort of frowns, looking at. How does he look? Like, does he look dazed or like?
Right now, oh, completely.
Yeah.
Like, completely. His eyes are blank, as if he's not seeing anything, and he's not really. As he looks at you, there's no real recollection. It's just like uncomprehendingly,
Sure.
as if like seen for the first time, but still not understanding quite what you are.
Shanda looks at the rest of the group. Yes, we should leave. She takes Rothor under the arm and is like, "Hey, Rothor, come on. We
So
need
looks at you and says, Ooh,
we need to go this way." She will sort of lead him away from this place.
why?
There is something over here that we need to find. So just come along. She takes his hand, leads him away.
Move,
Professor.
Not really
Yeah, I'm
noticing his surroundings at all.
I mean, he kind of glances down the hallway. And he says, "Yes, perhaps we should leave. I see down in the hallway down there a swirl of dust. But, no, there's no wind here. Why would it be
Dust?
moving?
I don't understand.
We should leave."
Why would there be dust? Looks at Shandla and says,
No one has cleaned Rotar.
There's no need to worry,
I don't
Rothar.
think I've
She like,
the
pat
see.
his shoulder.
You know what, actually,
Sort of looks at his arm, a little confused, not really
Before-
comprehending what it is.
before I walk away, I do want to detect magic on the dust.
Magic?
I mean, I think that would be a waste of a spell.
It's a cantrip,
Don't know.
so it's not a waste of anything.
Oh, go for it if you want.
I am.
What was that?
I'm sheep. I'm casting detect magic on the dust.
I know, Jake.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I see what you mean. I'm
Who said that?
Perpian would detect slight traces of residue of illusion magic.
It's the Professor, Rothor. You remember the Professor, right?
No.
We need to
So
go.
looks to you, looks at his arm. Who
Um,
are you?
1 second.
I'm Chandala.
Sort of narrows his eyes. How would I know if you were?
Well, you just asked.
Nods slowly.
Okay, hang on.
He sort of narrows his eyes looking at you.
We're going to go and see someone who can help us. It's very
Why?
important
Hang
that
on a
we
sec.
get there.
Why is it important?
Because this place makes my head hurts.
How could it do that?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think I understand it. Looks around. It's all dark, blurry.
We need to go where there is more light.
Hang on.
No.
No, wait a sec.
No.
Let's see.
No,
Maybe.
wait, please. Don't do anything. I'm thinking.
Don't make me get the
Looks
grapnel gun.
No, Pimian will pull out the black nanite hypo gun and kind of say, "Hold out your arm, Chandala."
Chandler frowns. Okay.
Mhm. And Pimian will inject her in the arm with the stronger thing of it, the lesser restoration.
Alright. Functions as lesser restoration, restoring 1d4 points of ability damage.
Also frowns and bends down to pick up a rock, looking at it curiously. Sort of petting it, feeling its texture, or trying to.
It's my rock. It's my best rock.
He's literally as aware as a shrieker right now.
She
Mush-
she nods and touches her head. The headache is gone. He sort of looks around.
As I suspected, Pimian says. He says, you probably heard, I don't know what kind of state of mind you were in when I said it, but I saw a swirl of dust of some kind, and when I cast a magic detection spell on it, it detected with traces of illusion magic, which, it's a weird sort of magic. So I don't know how to trust it very, very much, and it seems that whenever you guys get in near contact with such things, you guys get very stupid. So I figured I would do something that could possibly heal that from you, and it seems to have worked.
Skewers his face as we should go up into the sky. The sun can do that.
It seems to have gotten Rother pretty bad. He sort of looks at him.
The sun can do it.
It was never that bright to begin with.
You just
but,
need to
I mean, this.
find a key.
And got Zarin pretty bad as well. I don't know how hard it is.
Zard is 2,100 feet away at this point and going.
We
Like,
should leave.
Climbing the wall at this point.
He's
I mean,
not
says,
climbing
"Yes,
the
I
wall.
I just wanted to test that. Let us continue forth.
By
like
forth
away.
we need back. Yep.
I meant, yeah.
Yep. Shonda will
Looks
take
behind him, not really sure which ways. Just
take
back and forth.
Take Rothar's hand again and lead him away, gently talking to him.
Yeah, Pimian says, yes, definitely, let's leave. I saw the shadowy shape on the bridge up there, and it attacked me mentally, but it failed. Let's go.
He seems to be barely able to recognize who you are, what anything
Yep.
really is.
Pimian jams
he is.
Rothor in the side with the lesser restoration.
We might need a bigger hit from the cleric lady if she has it.
Yeah.
I'll take a lesser reservation.
He's getting tired of the...
Good.
Maximum
being-
restoration!
He's like, stop being an idiot, come on.
Sort of coughs loudly. Ugh. Looks around and says, "Oh, that was... my head hurts. Where
Yes,
are we
let's
going?"
go.
The professor told me there was some sort of being up there that assaulted us mentally. I think Zarin left. She sort of looks down the canyon at the
Oh.
dust cloud that is still disappearing.
Yeah,
Why?
it's standing like up on the bridge.
70 feet as a
Looking at
move
me.
action is pretty strong. It's like Thorak the Ineffable in the Final Age of Darkness session all over again.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
All
we
right.
leave.
Right.
We leave. Pinion scratching at his head.
Shrugs.
It's like, have you ever heard of the sound of fingernails on a chalkboard?
Yes.
That's what I felt in my
No.
head just now, but it went away. I think it failed to attack me.
Again?
No, just the one time. I'm describing in more detail.
Oh.
Tried to attack my mind as well, but I was able to probe into it for a moment.
What?
And? You can do
Yes,
that?
it's apparently.
Maybe you should do that more.
I tried, but it was a fleeting moment.
Did you discover anything of note?
Oh, only that it was working for someone or something. It was trying to collect information from us.
Well, I'm sure whatever information it wanted, it got from these other three.
I
He
know.
frowns just, but what would it want?
Who knows?
Oh, information
I
is
don't think
always
I know
good.
much of value.
I don't even know what it was or is.
I think it's safe to bet that it is something serving Hellion, and as this is a power place for the Lords of Rust.
Well, I suppose we're gonna fight a troll, yes?
Yes,
That seems more straightforward.
then we will have to do something about the antenna, I guess. Maybe we can shoot them from a
Oh,
distance.
this is a spirit sanctum. We shouldn't go here again.
Well, we still have a mission to do. I'd rather blow them up if at all possible.
Well, whatever happened to us is gonna happen to us again. Spirits are strong. This place. I saw one. It seemed stronger than any I've ever seen.
I'm sure there are
had
spells
writing
or
on
something
it.
we could
It
use to
said-
protect ourselves.
It sort of said divinity right on there. I don't think it's like inscribed all over it. Words of power.
We can ask Dinmaya about this and get back to her. But first we should go to the arena. Or even first we need to catch Zarin.
Pretty sure he went outside this place. He'll probably wait for us there.
Zarin is heading straight for Denvaya.
Yeah, we're
And
leaving.
I think we're gonna backtrack out then, and if we see no Saren there, we're probably gonna go to Denvaya to check out.
Traveling through Scrapwall, you do, as you often do, attract some attention, although everyone does give you a wide berth and does not even outwardly think to bother you. So wherever you wish to go, you can, with relative quickness.
Do we have time to go back to...
Those are sort of frowns thinking about what he saw, what happened as we leave.
As they approach Denvaya, unless nothing has happened. Yeah,
It
we'll meet up there.
Would be around 10, maybe 11 at this point.
Busy kicking down the door, screaming about ghosts and mind probes.
These two have left. If you want to copy your tokens again and move back to the...
Well, Zarin definitely would have gotten there first with his
Yes.
70-foot move speed, and he did not stop for anyone.
Yes, he would have. Make sure to move your... actually, the token should be up to date, so I'll just hide this map. Whatever. Zarin arrives.
Oh, I got a huge Java error.
Zarin arrives. Perhaps the door is still cracked because Denvaya didn't come to check to make sure it
Okay.
was properly closed, and Zarin just goes just shoves his way through.
She is currently quietly humming to herself, quietly being loud enough to be heard over the gears.
takes like his head and like knocks it repeatedly against the metal door.
The door opens very quickly. Dinvaya, being slightly startled, saying, "Oh well, who's a good boy? Hello."
Zarin like opens his mouth, lets like a little screech sound, and then shakes it rapidly. And will then quickly, as his standard action, turn back into android form.
Oh well, hello. You look like you have something to say.
Zarin's eyes are wide, and he looks back frantically, and then back to Dinvaya again. We went to destroy a power relay. Something got in my head. According to what the sorcerer said, was attacking my mind. I ran back here. I don't want my mind to be attacked.
Well, that is very understandable, but
I have a splitting headache. I don't know what happened to the rest of my group. I'm sure they made it out.
I'm sure they did, but what am I supposed to do?
Zarin like stares stupidly at Dinvaya. There's something out there.
Well, there are many things out there, hence why I rarely leave this place.
You don't understand. There's something out there.
Yes, there are many people out there, most of which have bad intentions, some of which have magical powers. There's also a supposed god being out there with fanatic followers. I think I do understand.
Yes. Gods attacking your head. It all makes sense now.
Does it?
Yes. Zarin kind of like bobbles his head, not really comfortably in any direction.
I mean, maybe if you just lie down and go to sleep.
I don't sleep.
Yes, perhaps you could pretend. Maybe that helps.
Sure. Zarin will like leave the doorway, completely unconvinced, lay down on the floor, and pretend to go to sleep.
She will go back to loudly humming and hammering on random things. And shortly after, the rest of the people arrive. Well, maybe not shortly after, but sometime later at least.
On the way here, Uther will look to Gideon and sort of say, don't think it was a spirit. Sort of seemingly in thought. Something he very rarely does.
You change your mind?
Yes, at the time, I think it was the past, or parts of it. Like you said, someone looking through your frowns, seeing things that...
Shana will nod and say that would fit with what happened to me as well.
It's like it wanted to see something.
It forced me to relive some very unpleasant things, but from a new perspective, I sort of understood something I hadn't understood before.
Yes.
That seems to be the information it was looking for, something to use against us from our past.
But it gave me information.
Are you sure it was true?
He frowns.
Yes, it was the same as when I fought it back then.
It was seemingly true. I don't know, it felt real. It felt genuine.
There was a word that I don't speak the language of robots, but I understood it now. Like it was, like the word was the same, but I know what it meant.
Shana nods. It was a conversation, an order that I never heard, a reasoning I never got. But now I saw it, I heard it.
It was so vivid, real. But then suddenly I didn't remember what it was or why. It's like I couldn't. Everything just hurt, and I couldn't. I knew what I had seen, but I couldn't understand it. Now after what you did, Professor, I can understand it now. Well, some of it. But why? Why would it care about that?
Well, it got us out of there, didn't it?
But why those things? Why would it search for it? It was like it had my entire life, and the only part that it cared about was a tiny bit. A crucial moment, perhaps, but
I got a name. 2 names, I think.
of it.
One name was Osman. She frowns. The other was Cassandali.
Who are these people?
I don't know. I never heard their names before.
A single word. That would be divinity.
Did you only
Unity.
hear their names, or was there any context?
She frowns, tries to remember. It was just the moment before my employer, the wizard Gartone, ordered us to, she shivers, kill all of those innocents. And it was it was a language I couldn't understand. He was speaking, and he said that Osman cannot know what he intended. And that Cassandali was not there, and everything had to be destroyed, because there could be no witnesses. That she was important, she was the key to unity.
So it looks sort of Scotland says, when I grew up, the spirit spoke and I was told, and the tribe was told, that I had a destiny to live through, that I was meant to do something great for the tribe. But when I was at my proving and returned, what I found was carnage. Everything had burned and died. The ruin we had rested upon apparently had some sort of a robot, just like a enormous scorpion with fire and rays of death from its eyes. It had lights shining in all directions, and I've never known that they had a meaning before, but I now know that it said divinity on it. That's what it showed. Why would it care about that? Not my training, just that moment of realizing that I had to leave, that this could happen to others as well. What it saw was the reason why I ended up here, I suppose.
Henrik looks at Pimian and asks him if, did you see anything like this, or were you, like me, quite unaffected by it?
Yes, I was definitely unaffected by it completely. It tried to get into my mind, but failed. What I saw, however, was just shadowy shapes darting about.
Unsettling.
Perhaps this Hellion is real.
Well, Hellion most likely is something, but I don't know what yet. In any case, we still have a date with a troll.
Yes.
I think we should pick up Zarin and get to that.
Let's hope the troll doesn't have the ability to flay our minds like that thing in the valley.
Oh, yeah, chariot, I believe.
I can protect my skin. That's easy enough. You just dodge and step out of the way, but when it attacks your mind, you can't. She shivers. Simply can't do anything. Hello?
Zarin lays on the cold ground, equipment scattered around him, like over here, like tucked in the corner. His body is rigid with confused blue eyes staring up at the ceiling.
Shauna blinks like, my god, Zarin! Are you alright?
Corner just sits here thinking.
He rotates his head and he says, Dinvaya said to lay down and pretend to go to sleep.
What?
That would get rid of my headache. I don't think she was correct.
Shauna storms up here, kicks in the door. Hey!
Well, hello.
What is the meaning of this? Our friend is sick. Something attacked us and flayed our minds, and you told him to lay down on the floor?
Well, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told him. What am I supposed to do? I suggested the best thing I could think of.
You're a cleric! You're a servant of Bri. You're supposed to help people.
I
Are you not?
suppose. Well, of course I am, but you know...
Well, make prayers or something. He points towards Zarin. Look at him!
It is a good excuse to take a closer look at him, isn't it?
Shauna frowns deeply at Dinvaya.
Zarin's head rotates to glare down like the avenue.
I do think that you've convinced me. I shall help him.
For all the wrong reasons. Oh well.
Objectify him again.
I'm so sorry, Zarin.
She approaches Zarin, goes into a crouch.
You are
frowns
just
with
like
it.
You are just like the Clock Father.
Oh, I'll take that as an insult, my friend.
Oh.
She does say it with a smile, though. Well,
Some of that money's mine.
I suppose I can at least help you with your headache, potentially. I do have a scroll lying about with something that might help, but I can't protect you from further attacks, I don't think, at least.
I currently do not have access to any of my powers. Well, many of them.
Well, that's a problem now, isn't it? I'll be right back. Barges past Rofal.
He doesn't really move much. He's just sitting sort of here. You know that way he's sitting against the wall with his sort of legs, and his arms sort of around his legs. She's just thinking.
With the mention of the Clockfather, Shauna is like going through her bags, looking at how much coin she has, because this is going to be incredibly expensive, probably.
You hear her shuffling through different drawers and going like, oh, this is where I put this, on occasion. As she eventually returns, as she promised, with a scroll in her hand. Lean down, unfurl the scroll, touch Zarin, and cast a lesser restoration. You can roll the healing yourself. 1d4 points.
Look at all these fours.
7.
That removes the 3 points that were stolen from me.
Was it the intelligence or wisdom?
Stole them from us.
Wisdom damage.
That should be a bit better, although I am slightly disappointed that you had to hurry me, so otherwise I could have perhaps... Well, never mind.
Zarin blinks once, twice, and then, while still laying down, looks up at Dinvaya and says, Why did you say that me laying down and pretending to go to sleep would be a better idea than what you just did?
Well, I didn't say it would be a better idea, but if it's just a headache, then sleep usually does the trick. But
I cannot sleep.
Yeah, well, that's the problem now, isn't it? I suppose it's better now, though, isn't it?
The headache is mostly gone, yes.
Definitely a sign of some magical intrusion, then. As you said, I suppose. Well, if there's nothing else you need from me, I do have some more work to get back to.
I
You said-
cannot think of anything at the moment.
Good, good, good.
You said you can't help us with more attacks like these, like prevent them.
No, I can't prevent them, although the damage they do does seem to be at least somewhat minor.
Well,
Tell that to Rothor. It turned him into a vegetable.
I mean, it wasn't that
Maybe
minor.
more of a
Zarin-
vegetable.
Certainly wasn't a vegetable. We
A
don't really
mushroom.
have them here.
A mushroom, I think.
It frowns.
You made strange sounds.
Very insulting.
Yeah, it was like a shrieking mushroom.
Zarin slowly stands to his feet.
Interested in such strange things. Arthur stands again, looks at his hands. Wild eyes.
My hands are huge.
There was a great smell of blood and decay there, as if a great battle had taken place.
Oh, much blood inside the building as well.
That
A lot.
creature you
Smeared
found.
everywhere.
Did the creature you found have similar wounds to the rats?
I didn't have time to really look much.
Maybe whatever lives there is preying on everything. Why would it otherwise kill something that would be
No,
a...
no, it looked like the thing had crawled, after fighting the rat, had crawled into the room and died there.
Why is it that Redtooth wanted us to destroy the relay anyway? Why was it of value?
They were going to use it sometime in the future.
Sometime in the future. I don't think they will be doing that if the Lords of Rust are gone.
What if... Shala looks a bit afraid. What if that was one of the lieutenants protecting it? What if all of the lieutenants are like that?
The troll is not like that.
That makes sense.
He looks over at the professor. Right, Professor? You said the troll had features that were not like that.
Yes, definitely. I don't believe that the fuck. I don't believe that the troll was like.
In all of the reports we have heard of the lieutenants do not suggest anything like that.
Yes, precisely.
The only thing is that we don't know what Hellion can do.
We may find out, I am sure. I do not think the relay is a problem, or whatever it is. Perhaps it was being used as the terminus point for what was happening in Torch, but no more power is coming from Torch to Scrapwall.
It's true. We
That's
can
as
most
such-
likely deal with it after dealing with Hellion.
I am willing to classify it as not my problem.
Well, you certainly demonstrated that.
You said that something was attempting to attack our minds. I don't stand around bantering when that transpires.
You certainly demonstrated that.
As it should have been.
It was most likely your destiny.
With a nod.
Zara
Oh.
frowns.
We still have a date with the troll.
A date? I am not attempting to engage it in social interactions, Kindrick. I am attempting to defeat the troll, to assert our group's dominance over all of Scrapwall.
So as I understand, dominance has a lot to do with dating.
Yes, and defeating as well.
What does that mean?
Shonda rolls her eyes at these people.
Frowns. Twisting his face into like a not thinking.
I dated once.
Well, it's not really a problem. Having your destiny proclaimed as being great doesn't really... doesn't leave
You're
much...
not making any sense. Not that that's anything new.
Saren.
That was a joke.
Oh.
Kenry kind of smiles at that.
And scene. Burp, 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 burp.
Wondering when
Chew like
Saren-
50 more minutes of
Yep.
this as we're walking to the
Saren
arena.
learned to do jokes. And if he truly understands what they mean,
He's training.
saying such hurtful things.
That's how the joke works, right? You say the cruelest things and then say,
Chandler,
just
you'll
kidding.
never look worse in your life.
Ha.
I lost my arm.
Everything you've ever amounted to means nothing.
Your pain amuses
Sad
me.
and alone, and no one will mourn you.
I'll go ahead and use my final level 2 spell on Shandala and give her bark skin again.
Woo!
Seeing as how you might be a target,
Thank you.
as you tend to be a target.
Alright, it is certainly approaching noon at this point.
We just want to be fashionably late.
You're certainly going to be late if you just gently walk along, but if you hurry at least a little bit, you could still make it in time.
Different.
Nobody has
between
clocks, so it's kind of vague.
fashionably late or sort of or definitely late. There's a big difference there, I feel.
I like fashionably, just
Yeah.
to like rile up like the entire like crowd. Like she threatened to like come and get us. Let them know that we're the lords of not rust.
Yeah, she's like putting her jacket on to come out and come get us, and we show up and we're like, oh hey.
The Lords of Rust-Free Steel.
And we're not, we're not here. We're not ruled by her and her laws and
So
times.
all metal oxidation.
That's right. So you look at Appendix Q and see what happens when we arrive fashionably late to the party.
If they arrive fashionably late, flip to.
If you check your documents
out.
here,
Roll a
Flip
D100.
to see how many supporters are going to attack them on site.
It's like a Blood Bowl term. If you get pushed out, you get beaten by the crowd.
if
Meanwhile,
you check
like
some of
Whiskey,
these documents, you can find under our file, fucks around is not checked.
it's right. Like, but meanwhile, the letters like win the crowd and you'll win your freedom. We're doing everything to like upset the crowd. Like, ah!
We have a grenade launcher. We don't need to please them.
Yeah,
we have
precisely.
we have rats and steelhawks in there.
And a crazy halfling that will lob grenades at
I mean,
everything.
how could anyone? We need like a big.
Anyway,
car with, like,
now that
fire.
Sheep's gone, no, seriously, fuck that place.
Yeah, you know.
I don't like the idea
it's
of
a
something
little
that
bit like-
will. that
Oh,
will-
so this happened, and now I have to roleplay it with a 3 wisdom score.
I mean, was the stuff permanent?
Oh, well, you know.
No,
It was damage.
take
It
it
was
as
ability
waste
damage.
Better. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it would have
so-
taken.
You get
would've-
1 back per day
Okay.
that you do full resting. So it's.
I mean, I wish I could have seen that things I could have cast like the spell I got on it, glitter dust.
Anyway, like it's possible that casting glitter dust, if you had seen one of the pinpricks or there, or if I had seen one of them, I could have cast fairy fire.
I just saw them like for a split second, and I was like,
Yeah, I saw the token, but not like
just-
my character didn't.
and
No,
just
I
shit.
didn't. My character, with his amazing perception, didn't see anything. I just got mind fucked.
yeah, me too. If we're gonna go in there, we need some sort of mind shield. I don't know.
It's not even easy to mind fuck my character. I have a +4 saving throw bonus against getting mind fucked.
I know.
Yeah,
There are spells.
I mean,
there are
can cast 2
there are-
heroisms a day.
there are
And I have returned.
there are divine spells that can do it for you.
Wouldn't
I
protection
think.
from evil do that?
If it's-
We're not being possessed. It would like give you like a resistance bonus, I think, to saving throws, which would
get, like,
override your cloak of resistance.
It would give you 2 rolls to save.
And
If it's a
not
mind
mental
control,
domination.
If
yeah.
I had raged, maybe I would have a chance, but.
If you run in there really angry,
Then they
Well,
wait
you have justification to be
2
angry
minutes, and then then they do it.
if
now.
they
We'll just orbally bombard it once we get the ship.
keep stacking that, and we're like drooling on the floor in 2 rounds.
Oh yes, definitely. 2 rounds, and
am-
I'm like a stone,
Yeah.
conscious and
I,
have no
I'm-
self-awareness.
I'm probably among the most resistant to the party, like damage wise to it, because I have so high wisdom. But still,
Are
it'll
you
take me
weak?
down quick.
Oh, yeah.
Your wisdom might be higher than mine, but my will would be +8 against that shit because it's mind affecting.
Yep,
Perhaps it's something they're doing with the relay.
maybe.
Oh, that would be
Maybe
terrifying.
maybe we can get like tinfoil hats or something to help us.
I mean,
You know,
if they would,
Rotho, to him that would make sense.
I mean, if it
Of
is,
course
listen.
tinfoil helps.
I mean, listen. If it's a divinity effect, we can use lead against it. That is
Yes.
per the rules. You dress yourself in lead.
But all we have is god metal.
Yeah, maybe the
So
rats can get some lead
yeah,
first.
there's no fucking.
No lead.
It's all god metal.
Useless god
See,
metal.
I love how we've seen this Colosseum before, and now it's all like vague and shit again. Like, oh my god,
Oh, let me tell you what you haven't seen.
it's all mysterious, secret
The
Colosseum.
the troll and orc cheerleaders.
You didn't know I could do swarm form.
Oh, we have the Swarmbane clasp,
Like a nanite troll.
and like Rothor
I don't
smiles.
have a fire sword though.
As a matter of fact, I didn't know you could do swarm form.
Engage murder swarms.
As you approach the arena, it very quickly becomes evident that there are a lot of people living in Scrapwall. And most of them are here. There are, where before you've at most maybe seen groups of like a dozen people, mostly orcs, just walking around being bullies to whoever they can find. Maybe the occasional group of half a dozen like red folk doing whatever Red Tooth is telling them to do. There are a lot of people here, hundreds.
And we had those explosives and put them up everywhere on the benches.
And despite there being so many people, you have no trouble getting to the arena. They make space for you. Some of them cheering, others jeering, others just making indistinguishable noises and trying to be as loud as possible. In fact, the latter case is really the most of the orcs. And as you are pretty much guided towards the arena by just this mass of people pushing you forward, let me tell you what you see. The entire walls of the arena, where they have been empty before, are now full with just observers, spectators. To the south, there's of course Redtooth and her band. To the side west are mostly the Steelhawks, including several whose token I have forgotten. To the north are mostly just random orcs, as well as people quite openly wearing a symbol of an upraised claw on their chest pieces, as well as some smaller folk completely dressed in tattered clothing, only like hints of their grey faces showing between them. And of course, something that I have forgot to reveal, as well as the star of the night here, or the day rather. To the east, the manticore you brought, chained right below the balcony, its wings clipped, and looking as angry as ever. To the north, the promised chariot, two ogres looking rather sullen and angry at being chained to this thing, and of course Hellskag herself, sitting on the good 20 feet high balcony, looking as proud as ever, as she has spread her arms the entire time as you've been entering the arena, looking rather happy. In arenas, you might expect the organizer to hold a speech, but that is impossible currently, as there is just a cacophony of noises. However, as Hellskag begins to speak, the others do at least grow quieter. She continues spreading her arms and says, "It is a fight you want, but I don't see opponents. All I see is worms, and I will squish them. Enter my arena then, worms, and show me that even worms have some fight left in them."
Shonda will shoot her.
wait.
All right. Let's go straight into initiative. Actually, before we do that, there's one more thing
Okay.
I want to point out. A mechanical thing.
This is a sinkhole.
This is an arena battle, except there are no rules for no one, including the crowd, which they enjoy immensely. Chances are, well, it's most definitely most definitive that they are going to interfere however they feel like. But, of course, it's an arena battle. They don't just want to see Hellscock, they want to see a good battle. And they are going to support whoever they think is best. Mechanically, this is how you can affect them.
Which side is the crowd on initially?
Initially, it does seem to be in Hellscock's favor, although only slightly.
In that case, I will start up by while she's in her like spittle-fueled speech there, screaming out. Shonda will snort, basically draw the laser rifle in one fluid motion, and then just shoot her right in the face.
I also love the seeing my initiative just keep tumbling down as she multiply re-rolls it. I'm like, 13, 8, 5.
I ended up with a good one, so I'm not.
I don't know why that keeps happening. It's
okay. I'm used to acting last in this campaign.
all right. If you want to influence the crowd, you have to choose an ability modifier and describe it. I want a good description. Really good descriptions, I'll give a bonus to. And if you can't really think of anything, then
I mean,
maybe you can't.
Is
We
this
discussed before this point that we're gangsters now, right? We should all have red bandanas wrapped around our heads. That's way too long, so they sort of flap in the wind behind us, or something
Full
like
body
that.
tattoos.
with the bloods? Is that what you're saying?
Like tattoo sleeves.
So yes, how is this thing looking like, Jonas? As Shonda pretty much just fuck this bitch.
Yeah, she just she sniffs, spits on the ground, tosses, very impressive pose, She steps back, broad-legged, pulls off the laser rifle from her shoulder in one fluid motion, cocks it, as she holds it up. It gleams in the sun, as all of the crowd can see the fantastical tech thing she has. She just puts it to her shoulder, looks down it, and shoots a laser bolt right in the face of Hellscarg as she does this. It's just one fluid motion, and it basically goes in a second.
Cold shot.
Hopefully I don't miss. What's one?
You have to roll an ability score to impress them, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm not even entirely sure whether
I'm
she is amazing them.
I'll just shoot.
Yeah. Shonda doesn't care about this crowd. She'll kill every single one of them.
That
What a pew.
most definitely hits her touch.
Oh,
The laser rifle doesn't even glitch because it was used by the turret in the last month.
it remembers.
It remembers. That hits as some of her armor sizzles, and she does for a slight moment look rather worried, but tries to very quickly hide it again.
Fire damage also.
Yep. Anything else, or do you just shoot?
At that point, and then she sort of slams the butt of the rifle down into the ground, sort of almost using it as a one hand on the barrel, the butt on the ground, and then she calls out, "We are indeed here for a fight, but we also see no opponent, only a green, pustulant mound of fat and indulgence. We spit at you and your prowess, worm." And then she spits on the ground again.
All right, what would you like to roll for that? I think charisma.
That's
That definitely sounds like a charisma check.
wasn't it dazzling by my awesome shot?
I mean, your shot is an attack roll. That's
Did it?
just an attack. It's all about the boasting.
Wasn't it your choice?
I can't boast.
There's
Not
an
a
ability
booster.
modifier of your choice.
That
Can, but
yeah,
you're just
and
not very impressive.
That choice is described by how Jonas just described it, which would definitely be charisma. That certainly can't be a dexterity check to
No.
insult
It's
people.
like if I want to slice my thing and cut out her earring or
There you go.
something, that might be a different
Oh
name.
boy.
That's
That's
my
not
That's a 20.
that's my natural 20 on my charisma check.
Doesn't get better
Thanks
than that.
God.
That's as good as I can
Jonas
get
used
it.
the 20 there.
As good as I can get it.
the majority of the crowd does hoot and cheer and cheer at these insults. They are excited. Roll for.